What's up, everyone? This is Ryan here. Today I'm going to do a talking video on the Craftsman compact blower. Now, you can see, this thing will be using on the weekend or next weekend, and do the same thing with the Coco exactly, which I know since the fact this thing is going to get used almost quite a bit because this blower here, surprisingly, I do like this thing a lot because you see how much it's better this thing exactly, which I know since the fact it will get used on a weekend or next weekend exactly. I don't know exactly. You can see, still got one board left in the bag still, which I know since about this thing's gonna die this weekend or next weekend exactly. I don't know exactly what you mean. Expected this exactly which this is a CMCB00100. This is a cordless blower, and you can see because the system was sold last year in 2024 exactly. Which if you look like on the queue exactly, it's to say this is a CMCB206, and I do like this thing a lot because you see how much expected in there. I know since the vaccine is gonna get used again. And in another weekend or next weekend, I don't know yet because you know how I expect this thing which it's pretty much we expected this thing which I do really wish this thing to get getting used almost right away because you see how much expected this thing which it's definitely how much we expected this thing which I know since the vaccine to get used in a weekend or next weekend which I don't know exactly which I mean there's nothing wrong with it exactly, which I know since the fact this thing's gonna getting used almost like quite a bit because you see how much expected this thing which it's definitely what I expected this machine exactly, which I know since the fact this thing's gonna get used again. But think about it, guys. This machine out here is gonna get used almost like quite a bit because you see how much of I expected this thing exactly, which I really do like the same one because don't ever use a 1.5 value on this machine because this thing will not work exactly because you see how much expected this thing which it's definitely how much really expected this machine exactly, which I know since the fact this thing is gonna get used almost quite a bit because this thing right here surprisingly it's gonna get used almost quite a bit because you see how much expected this thing exactly. And I expected this thing has been used almost quite a bit because you can tell this thing has been used almost quite a bit because you see how much we expected this machine exactly, which it's definitely how much we expected this machine exactly, which I know since the fact this thing is gonna get used again in another weekend or next weekend exactly, which I don't know exactly, which I know since the fact this thing's gonna get used almost way, but this is a pretty nice little blow in my opinion. This thing will be used again this weekend or next weekend.